Hey everyone, so in today's video I'm going to talk a bit about quality versus quantity when it comes to sketching. When I started this Sketchbook Slam challenge, I didn't realize there would be people extremely against it. I understand it's difficult and not for everyone, especially now that I'm a week into it and I'm seeing just how insane it is. It's so ridiculously time consuming that I'm spending way more hours per day on it than I thought it would take. It's a challenge that's actually really challenging. There's an interesting conversation going on in the comments on my Sketchbook Slam video about quality versus quantity, and I thought it would make an interesting topic to talk about because I need things to talk about in these videos. Quality over quantity is a very common phrase. People would rather have a few nice things rather than a bunch of low quality things. That statement is true for a lot of things in life, but not necessarily everything. Personally, I think both are important, especially when it comes to sketching, which is what we're talking about in this video. The first thing you need to remember is that there's a difference between sketches and polished pencil drawings. A sketch is meant to be loose and experimental. It's not meant to be completely rendered and perfect. I'm telling you now, I am not filling this sketchbook with pretty drawings. I'm filling it with sketches, and a lot of them are gonna be ugly. If a sketch looks bad, oh well. I move on to the next one. My animation instructors always said that if something is not working, you're better off restarting instead of trying to fix a mess. It's usually faster to restart because you already know how to do it because you just did it, but this time you focus on eliminating the mistakes from last time. You can sit there nitpicking at a single sketch, or you can move on to the next page and try again. Gesture drawing really helped me with this because you can't do much in 30 or 60 seconds, and the websites I use have timers on them to make sure you don't go over time. One drawing might look horrible and I want to rip it up, throw it out of my sketchbook, but when the timer for the next gesture starts ticking, I'm forced to just move on and try to do better next time. I try to not dwell too much on a failure and just look forward and try to make the next one a success. The key is to know what your mistakes are so you can try to fix them. But also keep in mind that you can't solve all your mistakes overnight or in the next drawing. If that were the case, we would all be perfect art masters in a day. And sometimes there's back and forth. Just because I draw an okay hand today doesn't mean the next hand I draw won't suck. Improvement takes time, and the more you sketch, the faster you'll improve. There's an interesting video by Roberto Blake who gives advice about creating online content where he talks about quality versus quantity and why you need both. He argues that quantity produces quality, and I agree. Here's a big quote from one of his videos that I'm going to read off. If you've never done something, you have no business having the vanity of ego of expecting quality from yourself because you have no experience in generating quality yet because you have no executions under your bed. You have not put any hours in. There are people who say, oh, I've been doing something for 5 years. But it's like, have you really been doing it for 5 years? Or did you do it 20 times in the last 5 years? Because the odds are somebody who's done it 100 times in the last, I don't know, quarter, 90 days, 100 days, probably might be a little better than you, even though you have 5 years. You might have 20 things to show for those 5 years. And you say, well, it's quality over quantity. I beg to differ. Somebody who's done it 100 times probably has their process down. They might be more efficient, and that might be quality too. End quote. I have a couple other quotes about practice, and they're very similar to each other. Chuck Jones said, every artist has thousands of bad drawings in them, and the only way to get rid of them is to draw them out. Then there's Walt Stanchfield, I don't know how to say it. He said, we all have 10,000 bad drawings in us. The sooner we get them out, the better. You will not improve overnight, and you will not improve faster by making one polished drawing instead of 100 looser ones. And I know I sound like a hypocrite with all this because I haven't been big on sketching. I'm the guy who did 20 things in 5 years, but I know that. I've always known that. I always told myself I would sketch more, but I never stick to it, and that's why I'm doing this challenge in the first place. If I leave myself to my own devices, I won't draw enough. I've proven that to myself over and over again, so I don't see how this challenge could possibly hurt me like some people are saying. It bugs me a bit because they're discouraging other people from trying to do the challenge. There are actually 3 things I want to get out of the Sketchbook Slam challenge. 1, I want to get in the habit of sketching more so I can improve faster. 2, I want to learn how to sketch faster because I'm slow as heck. And 3, I want to draw a larger variety of subjects because I'm kind of forced to get out of my comfort zone with this. Will I be sketching 20 pages a day for the rest of my life? No. No. It's already torture. This is a 1-month challenge. It's something to get my butt in gear and hold me accountable to actually sketch. Will it hurt your skills if you do this challenge for 1 month? No. In reality, the quantity of drawing should lead to an increase in the overall quality of your work. Don't expect miracles in 1 month, but all practice helps. Well, don't just do a bunch of scribbles and circles on every page and call it done. Do quick yet meaningful sketches. And of course, it doesn't hurt to throw in some silly little doodles too. Feel free to spend more time on some pages and less time on others. Some might be more detailed sketches, some will be more like little doodles. Do gestures, do studies, try drawing things you don't usually draw. It's easy to get out of your comfort zone when you have 600 pages to fill and you're getting sick of drawing the same things. I was drawing water faucets the other day. It's random, but I learned something new. If 600 pages is still too much, which it is going to be for a lot of people, try something smaller. Try filling a 100-page sketchbook in a month, or 50 pages. If you're like me and you hardly sketch, any amount that's more than you do now is going to help. That doesn't mean you have to sketch that much every month going forward. It's just a 1-month challenge, so there's really no harm in that. So, to sum things up, quantity will result in quality. Repetition and practice is what leads to improvement. Quality still matters, and you still have to actually try and put in effort because you want your results to be meaningful. You're not just scribbling on every page. But don't dwell too much on each drawing being perfect, especially in a sketchbook of all things. These aren't being hung in galleries and museums. They're your own private sketches. It should be about learning, exploring, and just having fun. It's a sketchbook. So if you want to do a drawing challenge, just do it. Don't let the naysayers try to talk you out of it. It's all just good fun. But that's all for now, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.